Hi friends, welcome to English 111, and today I'm going to take a brief moment and explain our overall semester-long change project. This is going to seem like a lot of work and a lot of elements, but it's something that we are working on throughout the course of the semester, and we're going to do it in little pieces and little chunks, and then we have time to work on revisions and drafting so that we can have an excellent, well thought out, well-researched project to present to our different stakeholders and audiences at the end of the semester. So in terms of the written elements, there are 5 written elements that will be part of our change project. These are the written pieces of composition that we are going to work on throughout the semester. So the first element is our literature review. The literature review is an overview of the different relevant information, research pieces that are out there that connect or relate to the topic that we are presenting our change project on. This right here is all part of our Unit 2, which of course is covering the research process, how to access different pieces of information and the databases and whatnot we have available to us here at NMC. Second part of our written assignments as it relates our compositions relating to this project is argument. We're going to be presenting something in what's called a Rogerian style of argument. The idea that we're going to present all of the different options and opportunities for a way to look at or address this problem or this need that we've identified. Our third piece is going to be our proposal. As you would imagine, this is obviously connected up here to our argument. In our argument, we're showing all of the different options. Our proposal is actually going to be the best option. We think the best way to solve this problem going forward is to do what? Well, what that is going to be up to you, but that is based from our argument in all of our research that we've done. I'm going to switch colors over here so I can write on this side of the board for a hot second. When we're talking about our final 2 pieces here, we are going to be working on some kind of a narrative or a cover page. Think of this as your introductory letter that you might have something. But this is going to be a narrative. This is 1 page. The idea that you're going to explain to your audience your motivations, your passion, your interest in this particular topic or issue, and why this matters to you. Not only the problem and the issue, but the solution as well. Why does this matter to you? Lastly, our piece, you're always going to want to have something very quick and handy, like a handout or a visual aid, to be able to explain, this was number 4. This is what happens when I number things. Our number 5, our visual aid. Depending on how you're connecting with your audience, you're going to need some kind of a visual aid, a one-page, very brief executive summary that explains what it is that your project entails. What are the key pieces that you need to know in order to understand what it is that you're trying to accomplish. Now, this visual aid, this handout, this executive summary, depending on what kind of field you're in, what is going to be called different things, is going to give a short version of a lot of the things that you've already covered here. It might have some pictures with it to give an idea of what your vision is, what you see this going. It might have a diagram or a map showing where things should go. It'll have a list of items that you need, your budget, so on and so forth, so that somebody can see very quickly on this visual aid that you have a plan, you've thought it through, you know the elements that are involved in order to make this happen. So, as you see here, we've got 5 different composition, 5 different written elements that are at play here. There are 2 additional pieces that are involved in this. One, well, these are not written pieces, so as you can imagine. One, in weeks 14 or 15, you are going to present your idea, your proposal to your classmates. And somewhere in the same time frame, usually about week 15, you're also going to present your idea in some way, form, fashion to the stakeholders involved or to the audience that is that you're making this proposal or this presentation, so to speak, to. So think about different ways that you want to share your information, how you might want to share that. That could be anything from sending an email with a copy of your proposal and getting feedback back on it, to actually going and meeting with somebody in a formal or informal setting and sharing the proposal of what you want to see and how you want to see it happen, along with your budget, so on and so forth. Second piece is going to be kind of a final overall class reflection. Obviously this is written, but it's a much more informal kind of style of writing. But at the end of the class, I want to know, how did this process go for you? What was this like? How do you feel? Did we make this happen? How do we move forward in order to create the changes that it is that we want to see? In that reflection, we're looking at, give or take, week 15, week 16. Our presentation, our class stakeholders, that's going to be week 14-ish, week 15, depending on how rhythm of the year is kind of go. So as we're looking through all of these other pieces, like we said, this is 14, 15 week, this is week 16. Over here, this lit review, this is going to be roughly weeks 4 through 7. So we've got 3 weeks to work on this piece. Argument, proposal, narrative, maybe weeks 8, 9, argument, proposal, we're talking probably weeks 10 to 12, maybe even into 13, just depending on how we're going. And our visual aid is going to be one of the final things we do before we get into our presentations. All of these bits and pieces are all interconnected. We're working on them one piece at a time so that you won't be overwhelmed. You won't feel that there's too much that you're biting off all at one time. Doing it in this process also gives us time to revise and rework different pieces so that we're constantly improving our own writing and making it better to have the best proposal out there that we can make. I am excited to see all of the different changes you're going to propose, whether it be here at NMC or be in our community, in your place of work, or another organization. And I will see you in class. As always, if you have questions, comments, or concerns, reach out and we'll have a conversation and figure out what we need to do to get you on track. Thank you.